fulfilled. We have a giant sell side imbalance here. We can assume that to get rebalanced some. It's our 4-hour candle. We don't know where the 4 hour is going to close. We filled in the BISI here also. Same thing, right? We got previous day's lows over here, nice relative equal lows. It's not looking good right now. And we got FOMC later. And I don't want to make any calls today because I'm just not comfortable. And like I said, I hope you guys can just understand that and respect that. So I'm not sure how long I'm going to be on here today. We can watch what the market open does. We can go till 10 o'clock, see what starts to happen. But I really just dislike this. And you got to understand there's more days to come, right? This week may be a god awful. The rest of the week may be awful. I don't have a specific, yeah, I don't want to waste anyone's time. That's why I'm recording this and I went ahead and said everything I needed to say. We're trying to frame the highest probability trades, right? And there's certain things we use as draws on liquidity, and everything has been hit for this week already. So moving forward, I don't have a confident direction in the market. That's what I'm getting at. We were using this for bullish PA at the beginning for yesterday. We were using this just to get us up there to that gap that was up above right here. That gap's been filled. And since then, we have reacted strongly from that. So the thing is, if they were going to go any higher, we don't want to see them trade down below here. But due to them rejecting off this gap so strong, and if they want to come lower, that could be the weekly high. But the moment we trade below previous day low, my eyes are going to immediately go to here, the new week opening gap. Why? Because this yesterday's low was placed right where I wanted it to be. It's a bullish PD rate in my point of view, right? And it supported price higher. If they want to continue higher, I don't want to see them go below that. That's my bullish array for this week. And it supported bullish price action. So if price wants to keep coming down and breaks that, I'm going to then go to the next PD array and set of liquidity and efficiencies, which would then be new week opening gap. Congratulations, Young. I'm happy for you, buddy, and I wish you more success. And you live in Miami. Cool. So you got you have lots of options to spend that payout on, huh? What was the respected 4-hour bullish order block yesterday? Remember, it was here, right? This candle's low, look left, bears down close prior to the bullish pop. That was the 4-hour bullish order block that brought us on up. Same thing. If price keeps drifting lower and we take out this low right here, my immediate next draw is going to be equal body lows and daily low. Sounds good, bud. I'll see you soon. Yeah, I'm gonna give y'all a free week to just, I don't have to, but I just want to. Because when I can't perform and when prices, I can blame it on price, blame it on this, blame it on that. But at the end of the day, I just, I want to give y'all another week with me. I'm not gonna add the days until Friday. That way you get the entire week. Yeah, no problem. Something else that's worth noting, we could take out our midnight opening range. Oh, what do I teach? Support and resistance. There's your midnight opening range, this blue zone right here. Extended out in time. We're above it. We're in that premium PD array. We break down with displacement through the midnight opening range. This is the first sign that we're going to be coming down to that deeper level over here. The Nowick Bissey down here, which begins here. Super easy draw. But of course, they're doing it at the worst times of the day. So it's right here, the no wick buy side imbalance. You guys know I love those. So this drop here, zoink, that's displacement towards that level. We retrace, we rebalance that displacement. We come back to the midnight opening range, which was once used as support, broken, turn resistance, blended with the rebalance. Then you see price draw down to that level and fills in all that stuff. You got your three up close candles here prior to that drop. Surely they came right back to that. So, you could call it an order block if you want. That was 740, 745 this morning. That's BS. Why? Why do they want to do that? I don't know. That I do not know, guys. Making their way down, of course. This is what I teach. These lower time frame entries that we take oftentimes when the market is running quickly somewhere, right? Here's another example of that. When the market's running quick to a specific draw on liquidity, that's when these super lower time frames work very well. And you can see it all in here. There's your classic bearish fair value gap. Pullback, everyone's going to try to bottom tick. That's just a pullback, OTE, rebalance, and then you see that final drop down to that overall level down here. This buy side imbalance. Like I said, I don't know. I cannot make any claims at the moment. I don't know. I simply don't know, guys. When you come to a chart and you don't know what you're looking at, it's not going to be good to try to, you know, just make some shit up. It can go up, it can go down. I don't know today. All the levels that I've been monitoring have been met.
Recording stopped.
I don't imagine we're going to see a daily low right now. They're just engineering liquidity, a little pullback, and then we'll probably see them continue lower.
Recording in progress.
So far, 15-minute time frame, we've retraced back up to this bearish fair value gap, but I can't confidently say, yep, this one's going to hold us lower. I can't say that today with any sort of confidence at the moment. If we keep on coming down, yes, we have previous day low, but where is that previous day low? It's the bullish PD array I wanted to hold for bulls to bring us on up here. So I'd rather use it, I wouldn't focus on it personally. Me, I'm saying me, I'd like to see them come down, convince me that that's really where they want to go. Then you could maybe try to find a scalp to get the last portion of that move to go to it and through it. Because I don't know if this bearish fair value gap right here is actually going to hold us lower. If they plan to make a lower low, you would imagine that holds us lower. It's just that 8:30 news. Where was it? A lot of times they like to come back above that news, which is right in here. Here's the 5-minute. There's a pop up to the up close candle prior to the down move. Still, I just don't have lots of conviction. Very similar to yesterday. You see the low we made? Take it left. It filled in the last portion of the imbalance right here. If they drive through that imbalance, then we can consider previous day low. It just depends what type of trader you are, what type of things you like to see. I'm telling you what I would like to see. Once this 4-hour candle closes in 25 minutes, we know that there's a chance a price can pull back and rebalance some of that. And then with APOMC today, they could just keep it tight. So it's not in our favor. I would beat myself up today for the rest of the day, probably, if I were to try to force something today, knowing what I am, matched up against. We're just comparing this PA to previous PA where our setups work well. The overall conditions, AMD power of 3 into an array, continuation, liquidity, respected arrays, so on and so forth, and we just don't have that right now. Doesn't matter that there is no power of 3 on weekly candle yet. No, I wouldn't say it matters. No. There's a little tiny dot down there. They don't have to do that. But go to your weekly, it's the same thing as the daily. They're not wanting to break out. You can see the last 3-4 weeks. Look at that mess. Giant gap. Real wiki. Not a whole lot. You can see today, almost reached that candle right there. But if I hit set, yeah, we completely filled in the gap. So this current weekly candle, it could stay above the weekly open, not make a new weekly low, and just not make a new weekly high, and we could just see it go back and forth, and then eventually close. That's what every other week did. It put in its high, it put in its low, and then it just went back and forth inside of that because we're not anticipating expansion. The S&P is same thing. Damn it. I keep forgetting to save it. Where's June? What was it again, guys? M N Q or M N Q M June. Okay. Save this. Why is it not giving me the option to save it? E30 news right there. See how there's a little tiny gap? That bothers me. And then there's the imbalance above it. I won't be surprised if we continue on up into there. But I'll be right back. Hold on. I think about it all the time. Nope. Huh. I need some honey. I need some honey. Some honeys. I need some honeys. Honey, honeys. Wait, you live like downtown Miami or around it? Yeah, I got some court stuff I'm fixing to wrap up. And as soon as that's wrapped up, I am taking a vacation because apparently I can't leave the state because I'm a criminal. You guys wouldn't have you guys wouldn't have ever known. I'm a criminal. Not really. First time I ever got arrested was last year. Some excuse my language. Or am I even gonna say it? Some female dog got me locked up. Some jealous female dog. This female used and abused me for too long. And the moment you lay a finger on them, yeah, don't do it, young men. If you're a young man listening, old man listening, I don't care. It's not worth it. But I will say my life has 10x'd since she left, so that's amazing. You want to hear something crazy? I seen that chick today too. I seen her about 2 hours ago in her car. She looked right at me. Price ain't pricing. So I'm just trying. That's what I'm trying to say, man. Trying to say. You can always look at it like this and say, "Oh, I could have went longer right here and I'd be up." You can say that, yeah. But it's just not pricing. And there's a reason for it. There is reasons, and I'm not making up excuses. We have we have no narrative. There's no narrative at all right now. There could become a narrative if they just randomly decide to plummet this thing. Then we could have a narrative and an idea at where they could go. But right now we've filled in the premium array on a higher time frame. We've taken sell side, we've filled the first discount near term BISI. We built the second one down here under sell side, and now we're hanging out. I feel like most traders are introverts, Martin. I don't surround myself with anybody nowadays. I just got me and my son and family. I literally hang out with nobody in my town. Although I went to a bonfire Saturday and saw an old friend of mine that I grew up with or around, simply because I haven't went out and socialized with friends in a long, long time. So I reached out to him and he invited me over and he had his friends over and had a bonfire. In my younger days, when I used to do stuff like that, I used to do stuff like that all the time. And I used to always have alcohol. Had to have alcohol with everything, right? To make it fun. That's how you know I'm getting older. I didn't need any alcohol. So I had an old car, right? I got one friend. He's about 20 miles away, and he wasn't doing that well. I grew up with him, and we used to be pretty close. And we recently started talking about a year or so ago, and he lost his transportation. And he owns a painting business, and he told me, he can't do work, he can't make no money, he doesn't have no jobs, he's broke, he has no transportation, and I ended up giving him a car. He said he'd pay me. I said, all right, man, consider this a blessing. It's been about 6 months now, and he just now gave me $200. I'm not expecting, I'm not expecting the money. I'm not. But here's where I'm getting at. I'm on a fitness journey right now. I'm trying to lose weight, get healthy, get lean, and just look and feel physically good about myself, mentally, physically, and emotionally, right? That's what I'm trying to do right now. Eat better, eat cleaner, cut out all the bull crap, the sodas, all of that. Well, I told him about that, right? And he starts texting me, and this is why I don't hang out with people. Y'all want to hear his response? Listen to this. And I'm just like, I'm not going to read it word for word, but he starts. All I did was tell him I'm on a fitness journey, trying to lose weight, get my six pack back like I had when I was younger, and just feel good and just be better. And he thinks it's because I'm depressed. I'm in my 30s. He's trying to make all these excuses of why he thinks I want to do this. I need to just accept myself for who I am. No one can make me happy unless I look in the mirror and blah, 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 and truly accept myself no matter what. The therapist, my parents, no one. Just like, that's not even half of it. But he starts sending me these paragraphs coping about all this stuff. And I'm just like, my first response was in the middle of that, I said, bro, cut the BS. But I said bullshit. I said, cut the bullshit. Because I'm not trying to hear any of that. You know? And he starts going on and on about like how his life was shit. And I'm just like, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know if you're venting to me or what, but none of that stuff aligns with me or has anything to do with me. I'm just on a fitness and health journey. That's it. Crazy response. Exactly, Susu. It all correlates, and that's why I'm striving to get healthy and get in shape so I can feel better. And then whatever other perks come with it, whether it's confidence, strength, look better, feel better. Oh, there's no, it's only benefits. So there's no cons to that. It's only benefits. I don't know what the hell this guy was talking about, but it made me want to not talk to him because I'm like, dude, your mindset is so wrong. Your mindset is so wrong. I worked out last night before bed and it woke me up. I was sitting here walking circles in my house, like wanting to go do something because I was just so like, I felt so good. That's probably why people work out in the morning. Like it gave me energy. You think it would be backwards. Like my first 2 weeks of working out, it was backwards. It made me feel like I had no energy, but it finally gave me the opposite. Yeah, Susie, that's what it did to me at first too. It drained my energy, but uh, this week it's been like making me feel better. Finally, but you got to give your body the carbs and hydration on top of it before your workout, during your workout, or I mean after your workout. You got to give your body what it needs for energy: carbs, sodium, protein. Yeah, that salt and honey. Yeah, that's good, Alan. I hear you. I didn't read it word for word. If I would have read it word to word, y'all would have been like really concerned because he went. I'm talking like 2 paragraphs about like all of his addictions and stuff. But he was like, if he was trying to talk, like put that on me. He was trying to tell me that I need to do this and do that. And working out and getting in shape isn't going to make me feel better until I look in the mirror and truly blah 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 blah. And I'm like, bro, that's not how I feel. If you feel like that, just say so. Because I've been feeling pretty good lately. Moises, I don't know if you were absent the first 30 minutes of the session, but you know, we're not confident in short or long. We don't know right now. I'm not a genie. I don't have a crystal ball. Right now is not the condition that we like. Our targets have all been hit. Our levels have all been hit. I'm not sure what I'm wanting to do today, if I want to do anything. I don't know what these suckers got in mind. We just got the new hourly, so it's 10 a.m. If they're going to remain bearish, it's possible we could get the bearish engulfing here over the next 60 minutes, but I'm not even confident in that yet because we don't have lower time frames telling us that really either. We got that 8:30 news open, which is right up here, and then there's that SIBI resting above. Here's the new 4 hour. So here's our new 4 hour candle. Notice we open it with the little gap in there. Giant SIBI. Does it look like we've missed anything yet? Absolutely not. Now, this is a lesson all by itself, guys. How to tell when conditions aren't favorable. That's a lesson, a very valuable lesson. If you weren't in this stream right now and you were by yourself taking trades, you probably would have already taken 2 trades by now. Let's be honest. And just no bueno. We can watch in here. If that respects, then we should get that hourly engulfing. You can watch right in here. Three-minute potential EOB to bring down the hourly to continue bearish order flow, which it would bring the hourly down here. So there's that 3-minute EOB level right here. The issue with that is the same issue we've been dealt all week. She's not going to be a candidate for me. These work best when the market is ready to run. We have to have a reason the market wants to be ready to run. We don't have that. Preferably, we want to see some sort of liquidity sweep, whether it's into a array. That's even better. That's what I'm saying, GT. I feel the same way. The only two draws would be current daily low and then the 830 high. And Martin, I shouldn't have to say anything to you, bud, even though you told me to. But you should know. You better be. It's like even if you felt like you absolutely had to do something, like this morning, it's best to either just wait to get out of this, completely out of this, then maybe you could find a scalp. This is a replica of our daily. Bye, Hans. Yep. We'll see what Thursday and Friday brings. Maybe we can clean something up and give us one good trade. If we get one good trade this week, I tell you what, I'm going to push it hard. Definitely going to push it. Exactly, TG. Don't be tempted. Brand new eval. I know you want to do something so bad. Just chill. No matter what I highlight, just chill. Because you want to feel the best you possibly can while you're in a trade. and I'm just referring to confidence. By default, trading makes anyone and everyone feel some type of way. And if you don't have any type of setup that's valid, that looks halfway decent, it's just gonna make it 10 times worse. The emotions. Yup, I'm about to go to the gym myself before no one gets there. When I go in the afternoon, it is packed and I can't stand it. So if you haven't done nothing today, just accept that and live to fight another day, right? Don't make it harder on yourself. Don't bring yourself into unnecessary drawdown. If you're going to go into drawdown, at least go into drawdown on like some sort of logical setup. There's nothing worse than going into drawdown or losing profits on just BS that like, should have. You're going to say, I shouldn't have done that. That's always going to be the answer. I shouldn't have done that. That's always the answer. We already all know this. If you've been trading for at least a year, 2 years, you know. Randy, my risk usually goes off of the quality of my setup. Lately, I've been just going from 5 to 10 micros. Just depends what my goal is and the quality of the setup. Something like this, like let's just say we start coming on down and there's some sort of fair value gap on the way down. I want to target the low, tight stop loss. I'd still risk the 5 range, not my high range, which would be 10. It would be the fives. Buy TG, get that pump it up, pump. Here's a great example. There's a 1 minute time frame. Looks like they may want to roll it down. We have previous, so like you can look at this, be like, oh, 1 minute EOB, right? It brings us higher. But it's a 1 minute time frame and they're not ready to blast it up. So it can work, but it just brings us to here. Imagine if this is what fractals are. Imagine if this was the daily time frame, right? That'd be a handful of points on this 1 minute bullish like order block right here. If it was a daily time frame, that would be a handful of points just to bring us to this high. If this was a daily time frame, it would be logical, right? We could see that. That's realistic. The daily time frame, use the order block, bring it all the way up to a high, and then we come all the way down. If this was a daily time frame, that would make sense, right? But it's a 1 minute time frame. That's why it happens so fast. And you see it work here just to get to that high. And then we reverse. Now we're going to the lows. Here's some displacement. We could possibly see rebalance and go to a new daily low. That could be on the cards for a scalpy scalp. which would bring our hourly down and it would engulf our hourly also. So this isn't a whole lot, but it's something. Back-to-back bullish candles to rebalance this SIBI. So far, we just got a breakdown lower. Are we going to make a new daily low? Time will tell. We would want it to occur. And here, we want it to stay below this box. Damn it, it's just so ugly. It is just so damn ugly. Back up. So this will bring us to our 30-minute time frame. So it's 10:17. At 10:30, this candle will close. If they're going to come any lower anytime soon, they would need to do it in the next 10 minutes inside of this 15-minute candle. So here's the 15-minute candle. Open. We trade it up. We would need it to start flipping to a black candle if they're one to run out this low. It would need to occur inside of this current candle that's printing right now. If it doesn't, then I wouldn't have high hopes of much at all. 30-minute fractal, you want it to close below the bullish candle if order flow wants to remain bearish. This 15-minute candle will bring us to that 30-minute fractal. This retarded cat. If I don't finish my drink on my nightstand, my cat will jump up there and spill it every time. I think cats are retarded. Or they're just buttholes. They do it on purpose. Probably didn't have no food. Just being mean. They say heaven's gated, but I think I know the code. Let's get your mind in the road. I'm gonna go ahead and do my stretches. I'm gonna go to the gym after this one. If I can motivate one person to get outside and stretch or exercise today, then that's cool. Manage the trade however you want if you're shorting. So for me, I would just reduce my risk. If it was you, I would go break even or shave something off. Notice we're not trying to call a bottom though. Okay. New 15-minute candle, open, power of three, rebalance. Continuation. Made a daily low, engineered liquidity. We trade up, we rebalance this sell side imbalance right here with all up close candles. One candle, change day delivery, open, power of three, rebalance, continuation. Take a partial. W, Sky. I love you, Sky. I want to meet you one day, buddy. Instances like this, I don't wait for the last up close candle, aka like a EOB. I don't wait for that just due to the volume of this displacement. I know that, you know, if they're going to continue lower, all they really have to do is rebalance. I know they don't have to come to that last candle's wick, especially since we have this series of up close candles all in here. All of these are being treated as an order block. Why? Coming off the rebalance here to the left. So the main reason I took this trade was the 30-minute time frame alignment. Yes. So here's our 30-minute time frame. We were expecting a closure below the bullish candles. But if you go to the hourly, remember what we said about the hourly time frame? When we first opened up this hourly candle 30 minutes ago at 10 o'clock, we said if they're going to continue trading lower, what could happen? In a bearish trend, when price is trending lower, what should occur after an up close bullish candle? We should see a down close bearish engulfing candle. That's the sauce. When you blend that with, PD arrays, and then obviously a narrative and conditions, you can build some confidence in a trade. So when I arrived at this trade, price was floating here. We weren't below the hourly candle yet. I'm looking at what time of day it is. It's about to be 10:30 now. So by 11 o'clock, I wanted it below this bullish candle, which is the daily low. And that's why we're seeing what we're seeing. So if I were y'all, I would definitely partial here because the next hourly candle can open, or they could retrace this back on up and not get a closure below. If they wanted to bring it up, that's probably what would occur. We would come back up and close it with this wick, and we'd stay at these bodies. But we still got 30 minutes before this closes. This is the hourly. Partial holds something because it could, like we said, if they wanted to get crazy today, we could go to that previous day low. But they're not going to do it without some sort of pullback. So we just closed the 30-minute time frame. There's that nice 30-minute closure we got. Obviously, it closed, more than what we expected, but that's a nice run on price right there. So this is going to open. We're going to pull back some probably. So that's what I'm saying. Just manage your trades. And then we hold this piece here risk-free to see if they want to go to the daily low. Are you getting so close, Alpha? You're so close, buddy. Randy. This is the best freaking trade we've taken all week. That says a lot. It's freaking Wednesday. So if we get the nice hourly closure, if we do get that, it's definitely possible to see the run on previous day low. That's possible. These bullish up close candles could act as the bearish order block. I mean, it is. It'll be the hourly bearish order block if we get the closure. And then we'll see if we can stay below that. But I don't want to see them back up to this rebalance here where I took my entry off of. I don't want to see that. That's why my stops break even there. Era says he entered the trade with this last $60 of drawdown left on the eval. Dang. Well, if I were you, buddy, I would definitely take 90% off of that. Build build that drawdown back on up some so you can have a little bit more wiggle room on your next trade. When you're on your last $60, you're playing with fire. I mean, that's a 95% chance that you're gonna blow that eval, and you're gonna have to restart.
Why?
Depending on the size, if it's a
Let me remove it.
25K,
No, actually, let me keep it on the
your chances are could be a little better.
15
But
minute
if
on
you're
the
on the 50 or 100K, yeah, you're like that's not happening. I had an eval one time.
website.
I did something. I did that exact thing. I was down to like my
So this
last
fair
100,
value.
200
And
bucks.
as I said, you want to see this
And,
is acting as a bag. It's
You know,
not
when
fully
you're in
filled.
that situation, it's like, what are you gonna do? You know, you either go ahead, just blow it. You know, you're gonna really use risk management and bring it all the way back.
6
I
a.m.
did
gap,
that.
market open gap.
One micro, $100. One micro, $100.
I
Two
didn't like
micros,
it, but
$300.
just because of
That shit
this
took
gap
forever.
CE and the
Then when I
bag,
finally got to like
I want to
the
observe.
$1,000 mark, over leverage, just due to the history of the account, and brought it all the way back.
And that's the reason I always say, like, big gap, I don't want to see the 50% is getting broken.
Shit
We
like that.
can go above it, but body going above it is a bad sign. It's not a good sign. But yeah, let's see. Like, we have high time frame point
gotta
of
be
interest
careful for
here.
that.
We have
With that, Ollie,
15-minute
you gotta be
expansion
careful
leg.
doing all that.
So as
This
said,
could be an
want
open
to see a
power free
bag
rebalance
is remaining as
continuations
a
in the
bag.
daily
If
low.
your trade happened from
Just
this fair
be
value, if
careful.
your trade
That's all I
happened
gotta
from that
say.
inversion by any
If you
chance,
came back
I
up to
don't know.
the
Like, I had it from the
the
right
low of the day right here,
area,
which
but I
is
trailed my
now,
stop loss
you
too
know,
early.
broken, maybe
So yeah,
support broken,
if that
turn
is
resistance
happening,
with
you
the
can
rebalance.
put your,
I don't
as I
know.
was saying, that you can put your stop loss
I
at
would
this
just
level or
be
maybe
careful
a little
because
bit
I'm
above
waiting
that
on the
level.
hour to
Where is
close.
this level sitting? Do you know? This high?
If we come on back up above the daily low,
It's
it would make the hourly close
here.
back here with these bodies right in here.
So this 15-minute
that
candle
would
opening
be
price
ideal, right?
a little
So
bit above that. So for
you're
that
doing all
reason,
that,
maybe
be
a little
extremely
here,
careful.
but not too far. Okay, not like you don't need that third candle, by the way, because if it's
Cheeto,
if
get
it's
down.
filling it up, it will go for that also.
You fat
So
cat.
doesn't necessary. Why?
Are you
Because
that thirsty?
often what happens when market is not giving you a change in state, it usually trades back inside of that candle's range, and most rejection happens around this area, the opening price of a candle. Let me give you an example while market is trading that area. You can observe your chart, but I'm just going to give you an example. This was a 15-minute opening price, okay? It came one time, struggled one time, but then once it closed back below, like as a change in state, with one single 5-minute, this was the mean threshold. Traded, came, again, closed below the order block here, traded the order block level, then the fall, okay? It's not hindsight. Why
Ollie,
not hindsight?
this
Do you know
is
how I know
where,
this portion? See
let's
this
say I
one
had
time here,
100% win rate.
I'm gonna
right?
show you
Let's
what
just
happened here in 1
hypothetically
minute.
say
And
I
by
had a
the meantime, you
100% win
guys
rate
observe
over the
this area.
last 2
Don't
weeks.
follow
Okay?
the same
And I
chart.
took
Just follow when you get the time.
7
Okay.
trades. Okay. But let's say you didn't enter any
This
of those
blue line, okay?
when
Observe
you
this
were
blue
supposed
line.
to enter, or when I entered. Let's just say that. Okay.
This was that blue line.
And then we get the move,
One time came in below that, rejected.
and you
Second
don't do
time,
it.
rejected. Third
And
time,
then now you want to
rejected.
try to
Fourth
take it,
time,
but you hear me say,
rejected.
yeah, if we're going to continue lower,
Finally, this is where
you know, I want to see
it
them
came and
rebalance
closed
this
below
and
that
continue
candle.
lower,
But again,
right? So
came up,
you enter that,
rejected for a
and then
lower
that
portion, then went
loses,
higher again. Came
right?
back,
And they
went
don't
higher.
rebalance that and
Then
continue lower. They
finally,
keep
a fair
going.
value gap with that level. That was pretty
Do
much
you
delivering the
consider
rest
that
of the move.
a failed
What do I mean
analysis
by
on
that
my
is,
part?
we had a small consolidation inside of a new week opening gap high. This is where we had a hourly bullish gap, which is the 2 p.m. gap, and the only bullish fair value gap, this one. Okay.
Considering the
This is that
original
15-minute fair
analysis,
value I
you
just
know,
draw. So
worked, but I'm still
market
trying
could
to
have,
navigate further analysis,
using
right?
this fair
And
value,
tell
it could
you
have come until that gap.
that's what I would want
This
to
is
see,
the
right? So
only
you take a trade based off
sell
of
short
the
I
next,
took
you
after
know,
the
quote
like in
unquote
the entire London
prediction. It's not even a
session
prediction, it's what I
on my
want to see happen. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that's what
Lucid
you're doing,
account.
but I'm saying it's a hypothetical thing because I'm sure it's happened a bunch, right? It's inevitable.
And
It's going to happen.
day 20 completed on Lucid account with that sell short, by the way. And this is how much money I made,
Usually
$291.50.
the scariest
And I logged out of
entries
it. I don't need any
are
more.
the best entries usually. The entries that don't feel good are
Top
usually,
step,
you know, the good entries, right? Because you're
That-
trying to catch the
that
move before
trade-
it unfolds.
literally
If
this
the
is
move
where I
unfolds right
exited.
here, and
Okay.
we get that run on liquidity,
I'm done with my
that's the
day. I
main move
already
right
lost. I
here.
was not
That's
even
really
willing to
all I
make
was wanting, remember?
$725.
I wanted to go to it and through
I
it.
missed
That's the main
that
move.
opportunity,
So no,
the inversion
I'm not
I
going to
framed,
keep entering now.
because I
I
trailed
took
too
off
early. I
majority of my
missed
trade,
this opportunity
and
because
I'll allow it to do
I already
whatever
forgot
it
about
wants.
this portion. Okay. That I was looking for an unfilled gap.
The
The
main
moment
move
this gap
is
formed
here when
again,
it's
this could
scary,
have been the trade, but I missed that portion.
but it's
And
before
I
the
was
liquidity
mentioning like this gap
was swept.
should remain
You want your
unfilled, and
trade
this
to
is a
target
continuation
liquidity,
gap. It can
right?
fill up completely. It has.
And just that alone
We had
isn't
another
usually
bullish
enough.
gap on the
You
left,
need other
so I
things,
just kept
like
that
for
as because it was
example, we
using it
had
multiple times. So
the liquidity,
I kept
but we
that as
also
the
had the
inversion,
rebalance in
overlapping
here,
bearish, had a confluence,
so
took
on
the
and so
entry,
forth.
got a beautiful
And even
delivery,
that's
took a
not the
partial below
prettiest
that,
trade
and
in
literally
my,
closed at this level.
you know, in
Okay, so
my
that's pretty
point of
much
view,
done
that's
for
not
me.
even
And like
the
one
best
contract I
looking
kept
trade right
unhappy.
here.
It's a big fall, that's why I got a good profit.
But I knew it could unfold. And I knew if it did unfold, I'd
5,300,
have to say, oh, I should have
and
done
the rest
that.
gave me another
And
like
I didn't feel
100
like
and
saying those
so
words today to
6
y'all.
contracts. 5 gave me
I didn't feel like
500
saying, oh, I should have did that.
plus, and
I
1
should've
gave
took
me
that.
another 200. That's pretty much it.
So I just entered.
So yeah, that's
Simple
what I
as
was
that.
saying. Like one trade,
And the
I know,
entry
like
was
when
based on time
I'm
frame
doing it
alignment,
alone,
so I knew
I'm
if
a
it was
different
going to work, I knew
different
that there
person.
was a specific amount of
Okay,
time
so paper
that
trade,
it
back to the
should
paper
work
trade.
in,
Because oh, and I forgot
aka
actually.
15 minutes. So I was okay with taking the trade and waiting 15 minutes to see if they're
As
going
I
to run
was
it
mentioning,
or keep it.
that
Because
it's
I
okay.
figured if they didn't run it in those
The
15
high of that
minutes,
gap, 15
they
minute
would
gap,
probably
okay,
just keep it and
and
maybe go even
the
higher,
final closer,
go
6
back up.
contracts.
So that's just a little bit how my brain works and thinks
As
about
I
it from
said,
time to time. When we have those scenarios, those fractal and time frame alignment trades, I really like those the most, but I can't always arrive at them every single day. But when they do show,
I locked my
usually like them
leader account. I
a
can
lot
easily cancel the copy
when
trading
I'm
option and then
anticipating
go
a
for
high
the
time
other
frame candle
accounts. But
to close a
trust me,
certain
I'm
way.
not interested at all.
I like that. But then I go on a lower time frame.
Why
find
I'm
the
not
entry,
interested?
look at my
I have
time. What
already,
time is it? Okay,
like
we got
this week,
10
Monday,
minutes
Tuesday,
left before
Wednesday,
that higher time frame candle closes.
I have already
I
made
want to see that higher time frame
$3,000
candle
altogether in 3
close
days.
a very specific way.
Last Friday, I had $2,100 profit.
I wait for the
For
closure
4
of that
days,
candle.
I'm
and we
already
either
up
get
by
it or we don't.
$5,000. And the maximum I can
If we
withdraw
don't
from
get
Top
it,
Step
then I'm
is
probably either wrong or they're
$5,000.
not ready.
And I have shit ton of buffer sitting in the back. There is no way I'm looking for anything bigger than what I got already.
Rom, no, we don't want our stop loss way up there. That would be foolish for us to put our stop loss
And
way
Lucid
up
day
here at
20
the high.
completed, so tomorrow is my payout day.
Why would we want to
Tomorrow on
open
Lucid.
ourselves up to
And day
that
after
much risk? Because
tomorrow,
we
like
know
tomorrow is also my
if price
payout
were
day
to
on
come back
my
up above this rebalance
what
that
it
was
calls
once respected to bring it
Top Step.
lower, if they bring the next couple candles back on
So
up through that respected rebalance,
13
we know there's a great
and
chance
7.
that they're going to
20.
keep on going. Therefore, we don't want to have
Actually close all
unnecessary
my
extra
Top Step
risk.
charts.
Why put our
Focus
stop
on
up
this
there
only.
at the swing high when it could be, give or take in here? Because if they break through this, they're going to come higher. That's how my brain registers this. And it's just respected PD arrays versus disrespected PD arrays. That's why IFBGs are so popular.
This.
Because an IFBG, what is it before it's a IFBG? Before it becomes an IFBG, it is a FBG. Right? The FBG, if price is bullish,
Oh
let's just
fuck,
say,
bro.
we'll
I
use this
forgot
as
the
an
whole
example.
bloody thing, man.
This bearish fair value
I
gap
was
right
too
here,
busy talking.
it held up
1:30.
as resistance, right? Because order flow is
Oh,
bearish.
Dude.
Yeah, bro.
If it wouldn't have
It was a
held up as resistance,
1000%
and if
sell
we would
shot
have
using
traded
that
on
order
up
block,
through
regardless
that,
of what's the result.
that means order flow
Bearish dealing
may
runs,
not be
bearish
bearish
day,
right
it's
now.
giving you literally a bearish order block,
In
man. Like
return, where's price going to go?
1000% sell shot. Whatever. Like
Probably
whether it's a
the
win or
next
loss, I would take
imbalance
the
or
sell
the
shot
next
using that order block.
immediate swing high. That's why IFBGs are, so well, why they're so good, why they work so well. It's just a disrespected area and price that gets disrespected, but it's supposed to respect. If we're bearish, it should hold us lower, like we see it doing here.
That was the main threshold also.
So it's similar to this. Like, why would I put a stop loss if I wanted to short this first initial FBG? Why would I put my stop loss
Just mark
way up
here
here
so that I know the
if
range.
I know this imbalance?
But I would not take the
could hold
entry
us
before
lower?
this level, by the way, because it
Why would I
just
put
gave
my
one
stop
candle. So
up here?
like this week, I would take the entry
That's
around
just
that,
extra
like
risk
50% of
you're
the week
opening
at
yourself
least.
up to, because we know
Let's
if
see.
price trades and runs up through this FBG, this imbalance,
First of all,
then there's a great chance they're going to come even higher then.
does the daily
Look at our
volume
new candle. We're going to keep an eye on that. It's currently bullish. It just now opened, but there's no wick on the bottom of it.
not
We'll
given?
watch what they end up doing. It'd be sweet to see this thing
I
flip.
don't care.
So there's no wick on the bottom of it. Sometimes you'll see something like this and think the same thing, but the candle ends up it just keeps grinding higher. So it's not a guaranteed thing. But when you have a direction in
Outside
mind,
of the
and then
zone,
you
but
see
it's
it,
okay.
it
I would
can
still
help a
like,
little
because
bit.
it didn't deliver, so I would still
I
like
like to point it out
get
to you
that
guys.
entry.
That's all.
This was the zone, okay. It didn't deliver the 1 to 2 yet. That's why
Yeah,
I'm
you're right,
taking
'cause
the entry.
the open is
Otherwise, it's outside the zone that
24,831.25,
I
and the
pressed
low
my
is
button.
24,831.00. So that
Pretty much what I
0.00
was
is
saying.
greater than
Close to that
0.25.
opening.
I mean, excuse me, less than. Therefore, there is apparently some sort of wick on there. Micro wick. I'm still not phased by it.
Hello,
It
brother.
doesn't mean it's going to go higher. It can
अरे
still
वो
flip to a
मेरे
bearish candle. It
How
could.
much? How much,
mom
Ravi? How
We don't
much?
know.
Ravi, how much?
नो अरे मेरे मॉम
I'm
मेरे
trying
को
to
बुला रहे थे तो मैं
change
गया
my
था
trading to more,
ये मिस
you
Oh,
know,
bhai.
we don't
1000
know, rather
handle trade
than
miss kar diya, bhai.
I know everything. I know what everything's going to do. I'm trying to shift
कौन
it a
सा वो
little
ट्रेड
bit
लिया आपने
to
ऊपर से
uncertainty, because we are not perfect
यहाँ पे लिया था.
and the markets are not perfect. Therefore, we're not going to know
ओके
everything.
ओके
ऊपर से ही था
If you
लेकिन
don't
वो
know,
स्टॉप आउट
now
हो
you
गया.
know, player.
ओ और
जब
आपने
फिर
उसके
आके
ऊपर
लिया
क्यों नहीं रखा स्विंग आई
नहीं, इसके ऊपर ही था भाई, लेकिन जब ये लो लेने के बाद मैं यहाँ पे एक फेयर वैल्यू एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा था, तो तब मैंने स्टॉप लॉस यहाँ पे रख दिया ऑलरेडी. ठीक है, ये वाला फेयर वैल्यू बेयरिश अनफिल्ड
यस
फेयर वैल्यू.
दिस इज आवर
मैं
ऑर्डर
तो
ब्लॉक
और भी
ट्रेड या
नीचे था. हाँ भाई,
This is
It's
our
that
order
guy
block
right
trade, yeah?
there. That's the
ऑर्डर
enemy.
ब्लॉक ट्रेड, लेकिन ये
30.
ऑलरेडी लाइक मैंने अभी अभी प्रेस किया आउटसाइड द जोन, क्योंकि वो 1 to 2 अभी भी डिलीवरी नहीं दिया इसलिए। बट यूजुअली
It
इस
still
विंडो
looks
के
like
अंदर
this thing
ट्रेड देखे वो बहुत क्विक डिलीवर
could
कर
tumble.
देता है। देखता हूँ, लेट्स सी, लेट्स ब्लडी सी।
Yeah, it should.
Our? What do you mean by this is our order block zone? I don't understand. What the fuck? This is my order block, bro. Not even ICT taught it to anyone. What do you mean by our?
No, it's your.
Fork you. Fork
If
you.
you don't know, now you know. Player.
Our? He's saying this is our order block. Sizo, say something, brother. I don't really like. I'm gonna leave you guys. I have a lot more, but I'm gonna leave
But
you
y'all
guys.
see how this,
You are
y'all
taking
see
it.
what Patience
You're
did
taking
today
it
for
from
us?
me
Sorry.
and then not giving anything
We
to
weren't
me.
too
Okay,
sure
and then it
what
is your it is our
the
order
early
block.
New York
हमने
Open wanted to do. We were aware that, we were aware of this. We were
अभी
aware of
realize
the
किया
city
आपने.
feel. We're aware that it could bring us lower. But this is a 15-minute time frame,
You
so on
shared
the lower
with
time
us,
frame, it's going to be,
bro.
it's
So
going to
I
look
thought
super
it's
sloppy on
our.
the lower time frame, right?
Man, it's
Because that's
Cizo's okay. It's
freaking
Cizo's
15,
now.
30,
Cizo, it's you now
45.
because you took it.
That's 45
That's why.
1-minute candles just to make the swing high.
Oh man.
And it was back and forth, back and forth, back and
आसिफ
forth.
भाई कल आप क्या बोल रहे थे?
That's the first 45 minutes of the session,
Oh,
actually.
weekend में try करूँगा
We
भाई.
really didn't see anything. And then here on this 15,
Okay.
zoink.
ठीक है, weekend में try करूँगा.
It's the first
आज मैं
telltale
कुछ
sign. And mind you,
टेस्ट कर रहा था
what
आसिफ भाई आपको
classifies a swing high?
थोड़ा.
हाँ,
What is a swing
क्यों
high?
नहीं?
It's a 3-candle pattern with a higher high on the top. So you have a high, higher high, and then a lower high. You got the highest high in the middle. That's a swing. We confirmed the swing high, and we closed the swing high with the third candle making the lower high. It closed with a lot of aggression to the
तो
downside.
वीकेंड पे
ये वाला
बताना
candle
है.
लेकिन
मैंने
मुझे
आपको
थोड़ा
That
doubt हो गया.
displacement.
मैसेज
And then we have the liquidity
किया
blended with that.
कि
And then we
आप
have
सो रहे होंगे.
the city feel to the left also blended with that. So a swing high got created after rebalancing a sell side imbalance. You could dumb your trading down to something like that. But it's all about
the
just
high of the 15
each individual.
that reaction.
Can you wait long enough to see something like that you like? Even I myself
I just hope it's not
Still.
something like this.
will have trouble at times waiting. Waiting is the
Sorry, on the
hardest part.
5-minute.
And then entering would be the next hardest
I
part.
just hope it's not something like this coming up again.
And then managing. And
Yeah.
then
And this is the area
What comes
our
after all
setup
that?
was forming.
being done
Yeah.
and not giving anything back. It's currently 10:52.
This is the area our setup was
We are
forming.
entering that 10:50
How
to 11:10
beautiful, huh?
macro, but
Anyway,
we've already ran out
in that
the daily low.
unfilled.
Therefore, there's not a huge reason for this macro to go lower, other than the previous day low. But I mean, I don't see that happening in the next 10 minutes.
आसिफ भाई.
I really don't.
हाँ भाई,
हेलो.
If it happens at all, maybe the
क्या
next
हो रहा है?
आपने बोला
hourly
ना
candle,
आवर तो
but
मैं
even
डर गया
then,
भाई.
not too sure because
Huh.
of the FOMC. So our current hour in 7
एक बार
minutes
वो
it'll close. The next hourly candle could open, initially trade up some to the bearish order block,
by the way, if it again
and
comes
then
to these
look to
areas
target
and
previous day
rejects,
low.
Hello?
even like here, okay, let me check where is the 15-minute candle closer.
Just mind you,
Okay, so
they could come up
Or
and they're
this
allowed
level.
to come up to the mean threshold of this candle.
If it
And
comes
if they
again
do
at
that,
this
guess
level and
what? I
rejects,
get
okay,
stopped
do
out
not hold the trade. If you are in this
with my
trade, do not
partial.
hold it. Close it.
So I really don't want to see them come up there. And in a scenario like
Because we are
this,
inside
it's
of a
like if they come
macro
up to the main
already.
threshold,
And the windows here,
my
yeah.
mind usually
आवाज आ
thinks
रही
they're
है
gonna
क्या
keep
आसिफ
going,
भाई?
especially with equal bodies and
Black कर रहा है रवि.
the higher up Cibi. That's why I'm not so sure about that previous day low right now. They could save that for FOMC if they want it at all. Just not too sure. But majority of the trade has been filtered here. Yup, happens every time. Every time. I agree. If I keep trading, I give it back also. So whatever happens here, I'm officially
Hello,
done.
Ravi.
I'm gonna close my computer
Ravi.
and I'm gonna go to the gym. And I'm not gonna have a care in the world what price is doing. I'm not doing it. Because lately, when I do it, I
Jadeja
give it
got
back too.
disconnected.
I did yesterday.
Yeah, he will be back soon, bro. He's resetting his internet, I think.
Do I need this anymore? No. Just let that be there.
I know that hurts, M. Fridays can be tricky. If you have a really good week, if you made it 1,000 every day of the week, and here you are Friday, I know it's easier said than done, but
One more thing.
because there's nothing worse than starting your weekend. You could have chose to start your weekend
Removed a whole lot of
up
things, but it's
$4
okay.
grand or whatever you're saying, right? That would feel amazing, right? But then you have to start
I
your
had
weekend
to
with a
clear the
loss.
chart anyway.
That shit sucks. I can't stand it. It's horrible.
Nothing. All good.
No, B, I can't confidently say this is going to be a
I was
order block
observing the
on the hour.
50%, like if there is
We still
anything
got
at
4
the
minutes before we
50% level.
close.
But based on a higher time
We're
frame,
right
not
now we're
seeing
coming
much
on
over
back
here.
up.
There is a small
Remember,
gap around this
by the
area, but
hourly
it is the
close, I
same
was
gap
saying,
also.
they
That
could
unfilled gap.
close it
Except for that,
back
not
up
seeing
above.
any good things around 50. This one.
And then we can start
Because
bullshitting
until
around
the SL is
until
hit,
2 p.m.
this 10 AM, I don't really let go. Possibility it has taken too long, but it's okay. Because that high is your 15-minute bearish gap, continuation gap.
They're gonna make their way back up right before that hourly candle closes. Quick run on the daily low, and then they're gonna bring it right on back up, not give us the closure we want. No, there's no 2-hour order block. There's none of that. I don't know what you're seeing there. It's the longest 2 minutes ever. Now look at the hourly now. It's bullshit. It's not what I wanted to see. See what I mean? That's why I was saying, take your money down here. Take your money down here. Because they're gonna close this damn thing right back up here with these freaking equal bodies. They got 35 seconds left. Let's see how they close it. So even I expected that they could do that. It still is pissing me off. It still pisses me off. Like, you freaking bastards. Why you want to do that? So there's the hourly close. Close exactly as I said. See that shit? Right up there at those equal bodies. I'm a magician. That was 70 points. If you did not manage, like I told you to, you give all that back. Now we come into time of day, 11 o'clock. It's late New York, entering the lunch session. We got FOMC later. Things start becoming less favorable. And I already know what you're thinking. I think this is what still to this day messes me up, guys. Have a winning trade. I get stopped out my partials risk free. But I know this thing could come all back down. And now I'm dealt with. Do I do it or do I walk? That's what I don't like. The first 30 minutes from 11 to 11:30 could bring this thing back down, the same thing, below the bullish candle, which would therefore bring this hour back on down. And they'd stay below the hourly bullish candle and use it. They could still use it as a bearish order block. And it's probably exactly what they're going to do. There'd be your IFVG right there. It's like, fuck, do I risk my profits or do I walk? That's what I'm dealt with right now. I don't know what I want to do. Damn it, Sky. From here all the way down to previous day low, that's a lot of points. But I don't know they're going to do that. But this 30-minute time frame, this 30-minute candle will tell us. If this 30-minute candle comes back down, order flow is back bearish again. I don't want to give anything back. Nothing. I did yesterday, and I regretted every single bit of it. I tell you what, I'm gonna watch it. We'll watch it. We'll watch it on lower time frames, see if they break down and they start showing us similar to the first trade we took, let them come down to here first, see if they want to. Because if they were to come down here, I know they're going to close it below the lows. But I can work out in higher spirits, Thomas. I'm just messing. Let's just give it a couple more minutes. A couple more minutes. Don't enter anything right now. Don't enter nothing right now. Just give it a couple more minutes. And see if they can come back down. Because we're going to do the time frame alignment again. Okay? It's 11:05. This is a 30-minute time frame. We got the new 30-minute candle. We traded up, filled in this fair value gap. Okay? That's an imbalance. They had to do it. They had to do it. So by 11, let's say the closer we get to 11:30, if this candle starts to flip back to black, we can go ahead and anticipate the closure below the bullish candle. The reason why it worked so well the first time is because we had the daily low to target. That's why it worked so well. Right here. Now we have a new daily low. So I'm gonna wait a little bit more. We're gonna wait out this 30 minutes. But this is another example of best entries are going to be the most uncomfortable ones. I don't know if it's going to work or not. We could come on back up since we took daily low, right? And we could break on through this and come on back up. We know that could occur. But at the same time, we know if bearish, this could also occur. We could start going back down. Therefore, okay, that right there, nah, not a chance. Not a chance. I'm actually glad they're doing this now. And they got above here. That's just too high for my liking. Here's a 45-minute time frame. It closes in 7 minutes. Let's see if they close above here in 7 minutes. They should. Swept daily low. If we're going to go back up, they would probably close it above that body or right at it. Which in return is right there. And then we got these highs now. OMC later. You know they're wanting to hunt liquidity. So it looks like I probably am making the right call. Our trade played out. That's a nice trade. And it happened quick. You can't ask for anything more than that right there. That bearish run we had. That was a beautiful bearish run. Zoink. Yeah, if you can't control yourself, lock your account and get off. I'm about to get off myself. I'm just doing this for fun with y'all. I want to see this 45-minute candle. I just want to see where it closes in 5 minutes. I'm surprised all you guys are still here too. A lot of you guys are still in here. Good job. Yeah. And we also know we have this previous 4-hour candle. That candle can get revisited. Damn, Martin. 2 birds, 1 stone. My day is just getting started. Thirty-minute order block, potential order block opening price, black line. 1 minute up close, bearish engulfing. Just watch. That'd be insane if this was the trade. That'd be absolutely insane. Just for fun. But as soon as we get above that bearish candle, then I change my mind. But this would be absolutely insane. This is for shits and gigs. I'm not even gonna count this if it works. All right, go ahead and prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I better put a damn stop on there. Hold on. Yeah, it's not gonna work. You can see right here. That's what's been bringing it up. So I don't anticipate this working. I don't at all. order flow is bullish at the moment. Throwing that out there. So don't copy me. Don't do what I'm doing. Ain't no way. Ain't no flipping way. I'll shit a brick. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow things clean up some. We can get another setup tomorrow. Didn't do too bad today. About a 75-point runner. Not too shabby. I'll see you tomorrow, D. Nah, that don't mean nothing yet. I would need to see it go, below that swing to the left. I wouldn't have my hopes up until they were to go way down to that swing. This one here. This is a 1 minute. They can do whatever they want on a 1 minute time frame. But I'm risking like 40, 50 bucks. So screw it. This is for content right here. Just to post something crazy. Yeah, get out of there, Thomas. Come back tomorrow, man. Go enjoy your day. You turned a red day green, man. That's good. That's real good. No problem, buddy. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. I love having you guys here. Y'all show up. Yeah, not a bad lesson either. Pretty good lesson today. With the cards we were dealt. Oh, living on a prayer. That's the song, I think, right now. Oh, living on a prayer. Oh, living on a prayer. take me away. You're halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer.